Hey guys, welcome back to this channel, and today we'll be playing F1 Manager. So in the previous episode, we actually got points for the first time. It's so far we are third in the actually fourth, my mistake, in the championship, and of course we're currently running fifth in the championship also with Heinz. But right now we're going to Canada after that good run at Spain. So today's episode will be emphasizing on that and also our new team for next year with David Carthard and Fisichella coming in as our main drivers, as the other guys are leaving our team, unfortunately. But without that, regardless, we are going to do flipping well. I hope we do. So, end of practice over here. We actually didn't do that badly because it's practice. But now we're entering into our qualifying. So, qualifying round is going to be quite interesting because we need to put parts into, I think there's Damon Hill because his car actually passed away during free practice. And in terms of setup, we should be good to go in terms of setup too. It's just, I think, for the meantime, we can get out Damien. I'm thinking about next season already. But you can see the track isn't getting as clustered as yet. Just a Minardi out there. But let's get Damien Hill out onto track. So while Damon's out, we can actually see the track isn't that busy. So I feel like he could do a lot better in this qualifying session than usual. Although you haven't given him new parts though, which is some sort of a concern. But you can see so far, although the teams are back markers, he's doing quite well. Not good enough for our standards right now, but he's doing some sort of bits in terms of our team. In terms of his overall car performance, I think you might need to put in for Heinz a new suspension or a barge board. We'll see you during this qualifying session if he needs to. But for now, I think he can do some sort of performance, so it could be good with that. So something minor happened just now. So Heinz has in fact his car just died. So now unfortunately we're gonna move him to the third car. So we're allowed to do that in this F1, oddly enough, which we could do that in the new F1 games. But we're gonna change him to the third car. I don't think the parts are really as advanced as his car he had before because it was just a testing one. But I think he can still do quite decent in qualifying because I don't think it's gonna be viable if I just use the parts and then it doesn't run. So rather just do that than supposed to actually just putting new parts into the third car, which we're gonna use in testing only, and that's for new parts. But yeah, let's try get him out again. So Heinz is now on P7 and Damien has dropped down to 11th. So which is not a good sight for Damien at the moment. Although I think I might actually change his engine later on. But let's see if Heinz can improve his lap time. It's 7 laps complete with the 12 maximum. You can see now the track is getting quite congested, by the way. So right now you can see P7, he can improve. I definitely think he can improve, but it's just the issues that he's on the third car, so it's not going to be as advanced in terms of speed. But irregardless, he's doing quite well. Let's put him in right now and see where it takes us, because we can actually, I feel like if we get Damien that upgrade, I'm thinking about it now. So let's actually do it. So at least this can save him for the race also, which I don't think he has much lap time he can do with the new engine, setting with the new laps required on this thing. So he's on lap 10, so just 2 laps on the new engine. I think it's not going to be too taxing for it. So it's not really much of a risk we're doing right now. But as you can see now, he has gone up to P5. So it's actually quite decent. And we can actually do better, I think. We can do way better with him right now. But for right now, for Damien's side, I think he's quite safe. You can see on the onboard for him, that is actually quite sick with the old graphics we have there. But like you can see Eddie Irvine there pushing up. Damon Hill is finished, and he stays at P5 at the moment. And Hines is now dropped 8 to 8th. So we don't have in the points range as yet, but hopefully we can push on. So but I don't think Hines has enough time for it. So I think he's going to be stuck at P8 at this time. So I don't think he can do anything. Yeah, he cannot. That in mind, that's the end of qualifying P5 and P8, ladies and gentlemen. So we're in a good enough position to might reach podium for Damon Hill, and for Hines we might get points. So let's move Hines back into his original baby. We need to actually change his setup for Damon, by the way. Let's put it up to 5, and I think just also knock that down by 1 degree. Hines doesn't really have much to do. I think he had the correct setup. So in terms of now parts, which is the most important question which can actually determine if we're going to do well or not in this race. Let's change braking systems, and I think front wing, we have quite a bit of front wings. Barge boards definitely, because those things break really quickly. Front wing also, and I think just get him side pods. So in terms of that department, we should be fine. Heinz Harold can get the new engine. Yeah, he definitely needs another engine because 44% could potentially kill the car. A new electronic, let's put in the 4. In terms of barge boards, we can, but his car's quite fresh though. Just put in suspension too. But like in terms of his car, it's good enough to actually do quite decent here today, because I think everything is new, so it's not going to be as worn, but it's just going to take up some time for that to occur. But other from that, I think let's just dive straight into the race. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Canadian Grand Prix, P8 and P5 for both Jordan drivers. I almost call it Jaguar, my fault. But anyway, we are about to start. Let's go, go, go. Damon Hill second. I think that's just a glitch, but we can see he's right behind Irvine's Ferrari over here, and squeezed between our rival Stewart for the championship 3rd position. Let's try push Heinz Harold up a position so that he at least be able to fight in the closer range for points. In terms of that first lap, you can see that the Stewart is coming very close to Jordan, and we can actually do well. I have a feeling that we can actually get points here today. Yeah, so strange turn of events right now. Damon Hill is now P9 or P8 now, and Heinz is P5. I don't know what really happened, but we've got time to push. He's 21 seconds behind Eddie Irvine for 4th, and Damon Hill is just, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's very close to everyone else. Everyone's still bunched up a bit. He's 0.791 seconds away from Rubens Barrichello, seeing that this is the 90s, not 2010 and above. There's no DRS, so we're gonna have a bit of a time to catch up to him. But I think if he's pushing, then he could actually catch up to him. So right now, as you can see on the onboards of Heinz, he's quite in the clear, so there's no one else behind him as yet, unless he makes a driving error. But like as you can see, coming to that very steep corner here, and then you can see our boy over here also fighting Damon Hill. He actually touches that Stewart of Rubens Barrichello, but you can see he's ahead. But I don't know if we can. I think we have the power to catch up to them. That's the issue. But I don't want to see that actually. I don't know why I keep switching, but I think we can definitely fight back from this disastrous moment with Damon Hill. After the pit entries, it's now halfway through the race, lap 45 now, and we're 8th and 9th. I don't know what happened, to be frank, but you can see Fisher Keller and Herbert are actually beating the crap out of us, which for the championship's sake, we need to fight back. So that's an issue. But we need I think Heinz is ahead of, I can't really see now, but as you can see, Heinz is wedged up with some other cars too. I think that's the Benetton in front of us. But it looks like, I don't know what's going on. I think he's just not having that good of a performance here. But I think we can catch up. I feel like we can definitely catch up. He has had it on our side right now with Dave Coulthard. And as I said in my previous videos, these guys, McLaren, have an issue with their maintenance. I don't know what's wrong with their maintenance of their cars, because it keeps having DNFs at some point. Like, we also have the same issue, but we are actually now back into sixth. Now another DNF over here. And this time we are now in fifth and sixth, which is good for us. Now we're back into fourth and fifth, actually. Now there's another driving error by Fisichella. And that's the end of the race. And we are actually got into points. Stuart GP with third, Michael Schumacher second, and first place is Mika Hakkinen. So that competition over here is going to get closer and closer. So that's the end of that race. So the next video will be in France. In terms of points, now we're actually climbing up a bit. We are actually getting closer to top 3. Actually, 2 points are away from top 3, but Hakkinen and Schumacher are far ahead of us. And we are also roughly 4 points behind Stuart GP. So in the next video, we're going to fight. So thank you, cheers, and goodbye. And I'll see you soon.